Crypto traders, to the 8:25 Friday Trade Alert video. Yesterday I was bragging about being up 16% overnight on XRP, and then today I'm down 9% and actually 6%, 16% earlier. So it just goes to show you how volatile this cryptocurrency world is and how important position sizing is, as well as buying at smart price points. So today we did a lot of trading action. And for those of you who are not on the free YouTube version but on the paid text message, webinar, email setup, I have a written out version of this in your email, and I'll also post this in the YouTube posting today as well for all of our free YouTube viewers. But today we put on a lot of trades, so essentially on almost every crypto that we can trade with the USD pair, we have a flash crash position in play that will only fill if and when these cryptocurrencies crash to low levels that have shown proven support in the past. So let's go ahead and hop to the charts and we'll go through this. But we're taking no action on Ripple. You can see we took an 86% profit. We waited for it to crash to 24. We got back in. It's currently trading at 21, and we'll talk about that more in the charts. Okay, so again, if you expand the YouTube description below, you can get a copy of the email that goes out that kind of writes out everything, so you can kind of copy paste it if you need to. Okay, so ZEC is a very popular mining coin right now, and it has just been taking off to the races. So that's good for all those miners. We don't own a position, but we did put in a stop limit. So if it crashes to 160, which is really low, way back there, only then will we be filled with a 159.99 limit order. So if I go to a daily chart, sorry, let's try a 6-hour chart. You can see where the stop limit is right here. So this thing has to crash significantly for us to get in. Now that doesn't mean I wouldn't potentially get in at a higher price, but if there's a flash crash, which happens all the time in these cryptocurrencies, it can simply be a competitor coming in, buying a bunch, making it rally, and then selling hard and forcing it to crash. That can cause that, and it happens more often when the coin has gone up too much too quickly, and a lot of people sell out really fast. So we've gone and put these orders in on pretty much every cryptocurrency that has a USD pair. Here's the Ripple. Ripple is still the second highest traded with over $1 billion a day in volume, and it's showing tremendous support here in the 21-cent range. So to me, this looks similar to this chart right here, and I think it's going to rally and potentially break its all-time highs. As we've talked about before, it has big banks involved, but perhaps all the people who kind of on the Bitcoin, Ethereum world don't like this cryptocurrency. So it looks like there's a little war going on to inflate this price. And you can see a ton of selling has happened, but it's been stabilized. It hasn't crashed back down to its old support level. So I'm pretty bullish on this right now and have a double down order to increase my total position size to 20% if it can get to 19. So you can see that order sitting right there. Stop limit. So that's the way you make it. Stop means it won't put the order in until this price has been reached. Once that price has been reached, then the limit order comes into play. So again, these low price points usually don't last long. That's why I like to have these lines sitting out there waiting to get filled. Monero, we put in a stop limit right here. This would have to crash almost 50% to hit that. The big support levels right here. There's not a lot of volume back here. So it's not really proven. What's interesting was all the people buying it during this crash are believing it'll go far higher from here. So this may be unrealistic short term. But we have it sitting there for the time being. And again, that's a 10% position. I'm not sure if that recorded, so guys, I'm just going to repeat. I have a 10% stop limit at 19, and that could potentially show some drawdown buying into it, but I would hold it and wait for the next run up to sell it. And again, that's a 10% position for my portfolio. Okay, next is actually the name of the currency, NXT, and we're looking for a drop to 7 cents for a 10% position. This is in a bullish trend as well, but you can see the massive size of these crashes. They're not quite reaching where the previous one did, so this may be a little low, but it's only 4 cents away, so it's quite possible this could get filled, show a drawdown, and then hopefully come back up. Litecoin, we're taking a bigger risk. This is a more proven coin with a lot of potential use, mainstream use, and could be a very good long-term coin to trade. I'm looking for a crash to 32, right above where all this buying happened. I think a lot of people will be sitting there pouncing on a sell-off. It'd have to break all 4 of these most recent support lines, so it's probably an unlikely trade. And probably if something did happen, this would test these $20 levels. So that's a 20% position. It's probably unlikely to get filled anytime soon, but if it were to reach those prices, I would want to capture this at a midpoint right here between these 2 support lines right here. Okay, Ethereum, we have a 30% portfolio position at this stop limit right here, right in this support area. I think Ethereum has a lot of long-term value. It's going to be the main competitor for Bitcoin for the foreseeable future. So any kind of crash like that, I would want to get filled. Ethereum Classic. I've got a low ball offer here. It's currently having a little sell-off. It's been consolidating. This could be getting ready to shoot up higher like we saw back here and here. It's only a 10% position, stop limit, and the exact prices again you can find down in the description. Now we go to Dash. Dash, we put a layered 10%, 10%, 10%. If it crashes to any of these levels, will get filled. And this is right above this core support and resistance right here. So it could very well crash down to 120 to 140. And if we were to get these filled, I'd look at even increasing this position, maybe another 10 to 20% max if it continued to crash into this area, and then hold it for the next bounce on Dash. Dash has good basic fundamentals as being a useful cryptocurrency. Okay, Bitcoin we already have from the previous trade. If it breaks into these all-time highs, we have a 30% position for $540, which we would expect to see a big run-up and sell during the first sign of a pullback. Or it crashes down to any of these levels, 10% position, 10% position, 20% position, 20% position. I would love to get filled up in these prices right now and hold it for another month or 2. If we go back, you can, well, we sold near the top recently right here and had bought way down in the 2200s. I don't think the 2200 prices are coming back again anytime soon, if ever, but perhaps any one of these could get played out. And Bitcoin Cash, I still haven't updated our portfolio to talk about the free cash we have, but we did add a real position right here. And I put in the commentary that if it were to get below this price again, a 10% position in this would make sense. It's a very unproven coin, but I think it could break 1,000, and time will tell. Okay, so that is our review of our portfolio today, and there will be no updates Saturday or Sunday, but look forward to a new update on Monday. And that's it. We'll talk to you soon.